Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
Power steering, PSD, is a system that facilitates directional control of the car. In the article we will tell you how the power steering is arranged, what it consists of, and much more. Why the first cars did not need power steering. The first cars were lightweight and had narrow wheels, and their speeds were low. Therefore, little effort was required to turn the wheels with the steering wheel, and the first drivers could easily do without power steering. Power steering was required with the appearance of the first heavy trucks. Since then the device of power steering has not undergone fundamental changes. How power steering works. The principle of operation of power steering with a distributor of axial and rotary types is the same. It is based on the fact that when the steering wheel is straight, the spool takes the center position, both drain channels are open. In this case, the fluid pumped by the pump bypasses the power hydraulic cylinder and drains back into the tank. But even with a slight turn of the rudder, the spool closes one of the drain channels, and the liquid under pressure is directed to the corresponding cavity of the power hydraulic cylinder. The other cavity remains connected with the drain channel. The piston of the hydraulic cylinder is displaced by the pressure, and this force moves the rack or turns the gearbox worm, depending on the design of the steering mechanism. The scheme of operation of the hydraulic power steering is always such that the pump creates pressure, the distributor directs, and the hydraulic cylinder converts it into a force to turn the wheels. Power steering is arranged so that in case of its failure, the steering of the car continues to work. Only in order to turn the steering wheel, you need to apply a lot of force. Power steering parts. Power steering consists of the following units and parts. Pump, designed to create pressure of the working fluid. Most often there is a vane-type pump design. Pressure regulator. Its scheme is simple. He, in fact, is an ordinary pressure-reducing valve, draining the oil back into the tank. It is needed to ensure that the increase in engine crankshaft speed does not lead to exceeding the maximum allowable oil pressure. Spool valve with control spool valve. A rotary directional control valve is a directional control valve whose spool valve rotates. If it moves linearly along the steering shaft axis, it is called axial. The axial spool valve moves progressively along the thread due to the rotary motion of the steering shaft, moving along the axis of this shaft. Double-acting power hydraulic cylinder. In it, a piston moves under the pressure of the working fluid, helping to turn the wheels. This unit can be integrated into the steering mechanism or connected to it through intermediate transmission mechanisms. The design scheme of the rack and pinion steering mechanism allows the hydraulic cylinder to be integrated into it. The rack body is a cylinder, the piston is made on the middle of the rack in the form of a partition with a seal. To turn to one side or the other, pressurized oil is fed into the housing from the desired side. A tank with a supply of working fluid. For its cleaning from the wear products of the GUR units, the tank has a built-in filter. Connecting hoses of high pressure. They provide oil supply from the pump to the distributor and further to the hydraulic cylinders. Low pressure connecting hoses. They flow fluid from the tank to the pump, as well as from the distributor and from the power hydraulic cylinder back to the reservoir. Vane-type pump design. The popularity of this design is due to the high efficiency of this pump. The pump is always belt-driven from the crankshaft pulley. For the convenience of the drive, the pump is attached to the engine cylinder block. The inner surface of its housing has a complex shape. In the rotor of such a pump, several slots are made parallel to its longitudinal axis, in which the vanes are inserted. When the pump drive rotates, the vanes under the action of centrifugal force partially come out of the slots and, touching the inner surface of the casing, form closed chambers. The shape of the inner surface of the casing is made in such a way that when the rotor rotates, the volume between two neighboring vanes and the casing decreases, compressing the liquid enclosed between them. Therefore, when the pump outlet opening is between the vanes, pressurized oil rushes into it. The suction of the oil is exactly the opposite. On the other section of the inside of the housing, a vacuum is created between the vanes, and when the inlet is between them, the oil is sucked into the chamber. Do not hold the wheels of a vehicle with a hydraulic power steering system in the extreme position for more than 5 seconds, as this may cause the oil to overheat to the point of boiling and the system to fail. To increase the service life of hydraulic power steering units and the system as a whole, it is recommended to replace the working fluid at least once every 2 years. In order that the power steering system does not fail suddenly, it is necessary to periodically monitor the presence of oil in its reservoir. With a noticeable drop in the level of working fluid, not related to temperature, angle of rotation of wheels, inclination of the car and the like, it is necessary to check the tightness of units and parts of the hydraulic circuit, hoses, pump reservoir and their connections. Check consists in external inspection of the above-mentioned points for oil leakage. Long-term use of the car with a failed power booster pump is not recommended, since oil is used here not only to create pressure, but also to lubricate the rubbing parts. Operation of the car with a faulty pump will lead to accelerated wear and failure of the distributor and power hydraulic cylinder. Removing air from the power steering system. Signs of a leaking system: jamming of the steering wheel when changing its direction of rotation, foaming oil in the reservoir. In conclusion, understanding how power steering works reveals the intricate balance between mechanical engineering and driver comfort. By utilizing hydraulic or electric systems, power steering enhances maneuverability, making it easier to navigate tight spaces and improve overall driving experience. Whether you're behind the wheel of a compact car or a larger vehicle, this technology plays a crucial role in ensuring safety and control. Thank you for watching, and we hope you gained valuable insights into the fascinating world of power steering.